here. Guys, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today because this video is way overdue. The flu hit our household really hard in December, which is why my bed looks a mess back there. My comforter is actually at the dry cleaners. We wanted to get that sanitized because we were so sick. But we are finally here and I'm excited because we're finally going to talk about my 2019 favorites. So that's skincare, beauty products, anything that I loved in 2019. So let's go ahead and jump in. I want to go ahead and give a disclaimer that everything I'm wearing on my face today I'm going to talk about. So first, let's talk about skincare. So I did a review of this on my channel probably a month or so ago. This is the Kiehl's Nighttime Recovery Serum. This has definitely been a game changer for my skin. It is so much more moisturized. The dryness, the flakiness has pretty much gone away. This was wonderful when I was sick because, you know, you're sick, you're constantly blowing your nose. This helped tremendously with my skin during that time. And I also wanted to mention the Kiehl's facial cream. This also has been so wonderful, especially now that we're in those winter months. This has been great at keeping my skin moisturized and it just feels so good on. So I use both of these at night. I put this on first after I get out of the shower. I usually use around 3 to 4 drops and I just tap it in, rub it into my skin, and then this I use all over my face at night. These are wonderful. I'm definitely going to be trying a lot more Kiehl's products this year. It was my first time trying this brand and it's been so good. So now we're into makeup, so we're going to first talk about my favorite primer. I know I've mentioned this in a video before, and as you can tell from the bottle, I love this Becca primer. Actually, what is the name of this? This is Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and it's beautiful. I love the smell of this. It's not a super overpowering smell. It has a light citrus smell, but it's perfect to put on your skin first thing in the morning. I just feel like it really wakes up and revitalizes the skin, and it leaves your skin with a nice, subtle glow. I was a little torn on primers because I recently started using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. And I do love the Tatcha Skin Cream a lot, but I feel like this has a little more of a glowy effect than the Tatcha one does. So I ended up picking this one over that one. And I will definitely be repurchasing this one in 2020 once I run out. I love it so much. And the bottle is beautiful. I love having this on display on my vanity. It's just a really great primer. On to foundations. So this came as a total surprise. For those of you who watched my vlog over the summer where I went to New Jersey to visit my friend Sarah and she got engaged, in that video you will see me and her going through a huge box of the COVERGIRL TruBlend Matte Foundation. So her fiance is a manager at a pharmacy and they had these in the store on display, and they had a whole box in the back of testers that were not for sale that never even made it on the floor because they just had an excessive amount. So they were just gonna throw all that foundation away. So he brought it home for us, and I actually picked up a couple bottles when I was there and took it home with me to try. I have 2 shades, and I have L40, and then I also have L70. Ugh, they're like on backwards. So this one's a little more of a pinky tone, and then this one's a little more neutral. They both work on my skin. I tend to use the L40 more like this time of year where I'm not as tan, and this one's a little better for me during the summer. But I am so impressed by this foundation. It is very inexpensive. I was actually at Walmart yesterday and I just went down the makeup aisle to see if they had this, and they did, and it was only $8.42. It is so cost effective and it's just a beautiful foundation. It's matte, so it's not going to be super glowy or satin finish, but it's so lightweight and I like it because I don't feel like I need to over powder, which is great for this time of year because it's when my skin is a little drier, and if I've been putting powder all over my face, that is just going to show all of that dry skin. So what I like to do is I like to apply this with a sponge, and I actually use a dry sponge. I don't even wet it, and oh, knocking things over, and I just blend it in all over my face. And then what I like to do is I just like to hit the top of my forehead and my nose a little bit with powder, and then like my chin area. And it says that it's transfer resistant. I have never found a foundation that's actually transfer resistant. I do notice like if I blow my nose, like foundation's coming off, but generally I feel like this does stay really, really well. And this beat out all of my high-end foundations. I will be repurchasing it. I love it. I always reach for it. It's a wonderful foundation, and I highly, highly recommend it. 2019 was the year that I got into bronzers. Historically, I've not used bronzers just because my skin is so fair. I just always had this like idea that bronzer was gonna make me look like an Oompa Loompa. But this year I tried a couple different foundations and I found a lot that I loved. But the standout for 2019, probably comes as no surprise, is the Milk Makeup Bronze Stick. This is in the shade Baked, and it is such a good bronzer. This is a cream bronzer, so if you're not used to cream bronzers, I think this is probably a good first one to start with. It's so easy to apply. You just literally swipe it right on your cheeks, and I used this brush from Sephora. I can link it below. This is the Pro Dome Stippling brush, and I just blend it in on the cheeks, and then I usually like to just swipe the top of it and hit my forehead and a little bit on my nose, and it just leaves you with a beautiful glow, and it's not too bronzy. It definitely took some getting used to just at the beginning because I hadn't used cream bronzers before, but I'm so used to it now, and I reach for this all the time. It's just so convenient because it is in this stick form, and this is a matte bronzer, so it's not going to be like glittery or shimmery, but it's nice. It leaves a really nice natural glow, and this is a little more on the more expensive side, but again, like I've had this since spring and I feel like I've barely used it. This will last forever. Next up is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. I got this on sale at Ulta during one of their big sales, and it was actually the very first Too Faced product I've ever tried, and it's on my vanity every day. Like, I never put it away. It is so good. I probably use it almost every day, definitely a couple of times a week. I'm always reaching for it. It's a really beautiful palette, and it's really nice because it has a mirror in it, so it's perfect for traveling. And it has two bronzers, Sunny Honey and Tropic Like It's Hot, two blushes, Pink Wink and Pink Sand, and then two highlighters, Starlight and Satin Sheets. I use Sunny Honey all the time. The only one that I can't figure out is this Tropic Like It's Hot. I actually used it yesterday, and I feel like when I apply it, it's a little streaky, so I definitely don't use that one as much. It's just not as easy to blend as the other. Pink Wink, this one is what I have on my cheeks today. It's just a beautiful pink blush color. I probably use that one the most, and then Pink Sand is more of a neutral blush color. I use that one a lot as well. I've also used this palette on my eyes. It is just very versatile. I throw like Sunny Honey in the crease, and then I'll put like one of the highlighters over top. I've also used Pink Sand as eyeshadow as well. And I take this a lot when I'm traveling just because it has pretty much everything you would need in a convenient palette. And it's a really sturdy palette too, so it's really nice to travel with. I love it so much, and it smells like coconuts, which I really enjoy. If you're allergic to coconuts, probably not a good option for you, but I just think it's a perfect everyday face palette to have, and it has everything you could ever need in it. I also wanted to mention this Super Shock Cheek Highlighter by ColourPop. This was my first time trying their Super Shock formula, and I'm obsessed with it. This is a cream highlighter, and it has a very unique formula, but this is just a really, really pretty highlight color, and the easiest way to apply it is just to tap it right on your cheeks with your finger. and I have it on today. This is definitely one of those highlighters that like you're gonna see from across the room, and that's why I love it. It's definitely my most punchy highlighter, so I use it quite often. The name of this one is Flexitarian, and I think it's a really good color, especially if you're my skin color, like a little fairer. It's just super, super pretty, and I love it. As you can see, I hit pan. I definitely am going to be trying out some of their other Super Shock cheek highlighters in 2020. All right, my favorite category. What is it? You know, eyeshadow. Yes. All right, so this year I tried a ton of eyeshadows, like a ton, and I loved a lot of them, but I'm only gonna mention 3 items today. So the first is a single eyeshadow by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Cream Eyes to Mesmerize Shadow in Marie Antoinette. I know I've talked about this in a couple of my videos, but it's such a good everyday shade. And let me just swatch it for you. So it's a pinky brown color. And what's nice about this is I find myself reaching for this a lot on work days where I don't have a ton of time to get ready, and you can use your finger and just put it all over your lid, or you can also use a brush, but it's just super easy to apply. It is pretty expensive. I feel like it's around $30. I'll link it below so you can see the exact price, but it will last forever. I mean, there's a ton in this little pot, and it's just a really good eyeshadow. It's really quick and convenient. I gifted it at Christmas to my brother's girlfriend because it's one of my favorite products, hands down. It's so, so, so good. Okay, and so my favorite eyeshadow palettes for this year, this one is actually a little newer to me. This is the Double Entendre palette from ColourPop. How could it be a 2019 favorites video if I didn't mention ColourPop eyeshadows? Let's be honest. This has been probably, discovering ColourPop eyeshadows has probably been my favorite products, hands down, like of the year. These are the best eyeshadows I've ever used. So this is the Double Entendre palette. It's a really great neutral everyday palette. And today I actually have it on my eyes. And I used this one all over the lid today. I used this one in the crease. And then I actually took this red and I blended that out onto the outer corner. And then I took this shimmery shade all over the lid and I also hit my brows with it. But it's just such a really great everyday palette, and I find myself reaching to this a lot. You know, I also love the Give It To Me Straight palette, but I actually found myself reaching for this one more just because I feel like it's a more like traditional neutrals palette versus the Give It To Me Straight is a little more like on the purples, pinks, reds, and browns. So I really love this one. And then I also had to mention the Disney Villains Misunderstood palette. This was the first ColourPop palette I tried in forever, like ever. I really caught my attention because it was Disney themed, because you guys know I love Disney, and the shades inside are just so different. And all of my special occasion looks I did this year for weddings and stuff, I used this palette. I've used this Revenge in the 101 color and this white one to do like a smoky eye. And then I also find myself reaching for these greens and purples. Like, you look at this and you're like, when are you ever gonna use this? But I actually use this every day too. These are just really pretty different shades, and I do find that this palette is really versatile. They still sell this on ColourPop's website, so you can still get it. I love it so much. I just like ColourPop eyeshadows have literally changed my life in 2019. I can't say enough good things. I forgot to mention eyeshadow primers. Since we were just on the topic of eyeshadows, I had to mention the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. This is a primer, and I use this every day, and I just take my finger and blend it right all over the lid. And I really do feel like it helps a lot with blending eyeshadows. It just makes it so much easier to blend, and they last all day. So this is a little more on the pricier side, but again, it will last you forever. It is good. Brow pencils. Okay, so this is hard because I have 2 favorites, but I feel like one is gonna win by default because it's so much cheaper. So the first one is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I actually don't have right now. I have not repurchased it yet. and I love that one, and I think that one I bought taupe in. It is a really, really great eye pencil, but it's, again, it's more expensive. The one that I found out about from Jessica Braun is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil, and this one is in soft brown. This one you can get at Ulta, Walmart, Target, and it's like around $2. And this color is most similar to the taupe color in the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I feel like they're both super, super good. The only thing I don't like about the Shady Slim Brow Pencil is I do feel like it has more of a tendency to move around than the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Jessica Braun in a lot of her videos has mentioned that if you powder your eyebrows, it will help it stay. I do find that that helps a lot. So by default, this one is my favorite for this year, even though I do really like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. You can't beat this price, and brow pencils I just feel like is something you don't need to spend an excessive amount of money on. You just don't. And I actually gifted this to my grandma for Christmas because she claims she can never find a good brow pencil, especially for color, and I gave her this exact same one, and she really likes it a lot. I definitely think it's worth trying. I just really started experimenting with my brows this year and using brow pencils. It's not something that I've done in the past, but I think this is a really great neutral color. I think it matches my hair color pretty well, and I just think if you're gonna start experimenting, do it with a cheaper product. Mascara, L'Oreal Lash Paradise 2019. Where has this mascara been all my life? Like, seriously, I cannot believe how good this mascara is. This has been a game changer this year, and historically I have used a lot of high-end mascaras that are really good, like they're good, but again, why spend the money if you can get something at the drugstore that is half the price? So this L'Oreal Lash Paradise, it's around, I think, like $11. Sometimes you can get it on sale at Target or Ulta for around like $8. And this mascara, one, it makes your eyelashes so black, but it curls and lengthens like so perfectly. And I also find that it, like, you can hit the under lash line like pretty well, and it'll separate your lashes, and it's not going to be like clumpy. This is such a good mascara. I can't believe I've lived my life without it for as long as I did. I will say that I just tried a new mascara literally like 2 days ago that I cannot put down, which is kind of sad because like this has been my go-to for like a year basically, and I'm excited to talk about that mascara, but not today because that's a 2020 new try, but it's gonna be coming in another video soon. It's really good. But L'Oreal Lash Paradise, can't beat the price. Such a good mascara. Such a good mascara. All right, wrapping up this video with lip products. So many good lip products in 2019. I have 3 of them that I'm going to talk about. The first one is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I have probably been using this for 2 months now, and this has quickly become an essential. I can't say enough good things about this because especially now that it's winter, I was finding that my lips were like cracked and dry and just uncomfortable. So I started using this, and it's like a balm, and it's so moisturizing and it's so comfortable, and it has become part of my nighttime routine that I look forward to. Like, it just is so exciting when I get to put it on my lips every night before I go to bed. This one smells a little like berry bubblegum, but it smells really good. Oh, I also have, I didn't bring it over here, but I have a small one of the mint chocolate one. It comes in a green little pot. I got it in like a holiday set, and I don't know if they still sell it. I bet they would. Check Sephora. If you like mint, like that one is really good too. But it's been a game changer. I definitely feel like during the day, like I used to have to apply chapstick all the time, but ever since I started using this, I definitely don't have to apply it as much. So this is definitely doing its job. Also, the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. This one is also so good. So this is what I use during the day. If I don't feel like putting lipstick or lip gloss on, like this is what I'm reaching for. It smells like grapefruit. It smells so freaking good, and it just leaves your lips like nice and glossy and shiny, but it's super comfortable. These two together will change your life. like literally. Oh God, they're so good. Last product that I'm gonna mention is the Dose of Colors Lip Gloss in Messy Bun. For lip colors, this has been my go-to for this year. It is the most perfect lip color. I have it on my lips right now. I'm actually gonna reapply some. It is such a comfortable lip gloss and it's not sticky at all. I don't know how they do that. And it smells like vanilla. It smells really great. It is the perfect like pinky lip color. Perfect for every day. And it actually has a little bit of blue sparkle in it. Like if you look at the bottle, you're not gonna be able to see it on my camera, but it's almost got this blue iridescent color and it is just so, so pretty. It's in my purse all the time. I feel like I always am putting this on at work just because it's comfortable. And even when you're like eating and drinking, it wears evenly. So I find myself using it a lot. I gave this to my mom for Christmas and she uses lipsticks and lip glosses way more than me. Like most days, like I'm throwing on like this, right? Like lip color, I like it, but like she uses them all the time and she's used high-end brands. Like she's used it all. She keeps texting me and she's like, Brittany, this lip gloss is the best. Like I need to get more colors of it. She's like, it's so comfortable. This has been like a game changer for me as far as lip products go. I definitely want to repurchase more shades of this. Messy Bun is so pretty though. Like I'm almost nervous because I feel like this lip color is like set the bar so high, but I definitely am hoping to try 1 or 2 more shades in the Dose of Colors lip gloss formula this year because it's so good. I feel like I'm like, it's so good, like every product that I've talked about today, but they're all really, really great. To flip the camera in the natural light so you could see all of the products I talked about today in action. So pretty. Like there were so many great beauty products this year. So those were my favorite products of 2019. It was such a crazy year, but I have definitely tried some amazing skincare and makeup this year, and it's been so much fun to try new products and also just start, you know, recording these videos. It's really just a fun hobby for me, but to any of you guys who've watched my videos, thank you so much. It means so much to me. It is a lot of work, you know, to sit down and film and edit these videos, especially like working full time and doing everything else, but it's also so much fun for me. So it really means a lot when you guys watch the videos, you like them, you share them, you message me and you say, oh my gosh, like I loved your video, I love this eyeshadow. It really means a lot to me and I just really appreciate your guys' support. I hope that you guys are having a really great start to 2020. I am so excited for this year. New job, we're getting settled in our house, we're working on the house, and I'm just really excited for some of our upcoming trips this year that I will definitely be vlogging as well. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much. I love you all so much. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Welcome. My name is Brittany and I talk about beauty, lifestyle, and travel on my channel. And I hope you will join me for more fun in 2020. Thanks, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.